Hello team, welcome back to my new video. In this video, I will be explaining how I set up N8N, which is the latest workflow automation tool. Right, you can do so many things. You can create workflows to automate so many processes, and you can automate so many things. Right, it is not just a workflow automation. You can even get AI built into it. You can build a AI agent using this. So I'm using the local Docker version of N8N. So you can go to this N8N document, and I'm using. I have not installed on my host. In fact, I'm using container. I'm using Docker image, and I'm running my Docker image, right? So these are the command, and you can go to this site. I will mention this in description. Then go to this site and pull the latest Docker image and run your N8N node. Okay, so I will give this command. So this is how I did it, right? So this command is to pull the Docker image of N8N, and this is the command to run it. Okay, so I will share those in my description. That's it. So all you have to do is find a Linux host. It could be a Windows host, but I tested on Linux, and run those commands, and your instance will be running on port 5678, right? Like this. Okay. So once that is done, you can simply open that in your browser, and it will present you with username and password. You can create a username password by signing up, and that's it. Very simple thing, right? So you have to just provide a username, password, your email address, and you can set password to that. And once you are logged in, this is the page you will get. Since I have already created workflow, if you don't have any workflow, it will be blank. You can click on the plus icon to create a new workflow. Okay, there are so many things that you can do. Before that, let me show the simple workflow that I created. Basically, what it does is, if you have any experience of using workflow automation or process automation tools like Power Automate from Microsoft or Zapier. So everything will have some kind of trigger and then follow up action, right? So similarly, this is the trigger. So in this case, I am using manual trigger. So basically, I will be manually triggering the flow, and follow up action are these action nodes, right? So these are called nodes. In Power Automate, it's called action task, I believe, and Zapier also it is node. So you can keep adding nodes, whatever flow of action you want to design in your workflow, right? So I created this simple workflow. So in my future videos, I will create some complex workflow involving a lot of complex thing, right? So this is an intro video. So I created a simple workflow. So you can see my trigger is manual trigger, right? And I'm using this HTTP request action. Let me delete this thing. Before that deleting, let me run and show you. So basically what it does is I'm using this free API testing URL. Basically, this returns some JSON data for testing our API, basically to test our front end, right? So I'm sending the request to this particular URL, and this is the JSON data I will be getting. And in this HTML action, basically what I'm doing, I'm creating a HTML template out of it, right? So I have this, I've created this table view. You can see in the right. I will explain how I did, right? So I will explain. I will go through this. I will just recreate for you, and I will explain this thing. So it will be easy to follow, right? Let's create a new flow, right? Let me create a new workflow. Yeah, let me save that. Create a new workflow. Yeah, right. Let's do the. You can see so many triggers are option, right? Are available, right? You can schedule a trigger, or this trigger will be will be triggered. This flow will be triggered whenever there is a webhook call, and you can link it with a form submit. Just like if you have any experience of using tools like Power Automate from Microsoft or Zapier, you will find very similar kind of thing, right? Um yeah, this is open source version of it, so I'm not sure whether we'll get all the functionalities, but whatever I have seen so far looks good for me. Okay, so you can share your feedback on comments, so that I can know more. Okay, so for this example, let's trigger it manually. Okay, so manual trigger means my trigger to execute the flow, I have to manually execute this, right? Otherwise, I can do the automated trigger like we have seen, right? So after trigger, the following will be the action node, right? So you see, so many action nodes are there, right? You can bring AI to into action. So many AI options there. You can use OpenAI. So many. You can even get LangChain or whatnot, right? So there are so many things. Then you can also get your AI agent into it. So in the future videos, I will make a workflow that would basically trigger an AI agent, or we'll do some agentic AI with this, right? In the future videos. Okay. So for this video, let's keep it simple. This is just an intro to N8N. So you see, there are so many things, just like Power Automate. In the action task, you have so many things, right? And Power Automate, you can transform your in Zapier also. You can transform your output from previous. To do the transformation, you have data transformation tools where you can filter the output from previous action. You can do aggregate, merge, and so many things, right? You can mix AI into it to make to read the previous action notes output and summarize something like that, right? And so I found it very similar because I've used Power Automate and Zapier. So I found it very simple. I managed to learn quickly. So these are flow related tool. You can add logic, right? You can do looping, and you can do conditional and those kind of things. Whichever there is a switch case also, whichever required for logic. So I will implement those in my next. For now, since we are basically just hitting this endpoint and getting this JSON output and displaying that in HTML, right? This is just to get started, nothing else, right? So before going to HTML, let's see. Let's use HTTP action. Okay. So this action note basically says make a HTTP request, right? So we are going to do that. So this is going to be get method. We'll go through complex in future videos. There are no authentication, so that's it. There is nothing here. Okay. So that is, you can check whether this works or not, right? You can just execute. You can see the output after executing. You are seeing this output, the same output, what you see here, right? You are seeing the same output here, right? You are seeing same user ID, blah 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 blah, whatever. Okay, so that is done. Now we have the HTTP request. Now what is the point of having that, right? So now we have to visualize that data, right? Because sharing this JSON to end user may not mean anything, right? You can convert that to HTML and send that to Slack or whichever collaboration tool your users are on, right? It could be Slack, it could be Gmail, or whatever mail or messaging tool your user may be getting. Maybe you could even send to WhatsApp, I believe. Not sure. We have WhatsApp. Yeah, we have WhatsApp also. So I will try that also in my next video. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this simple thing that I showed previously. There are so many things you can do, so many transformation. For now, let's just generate a HTML template, right? Okay, so this is your if you execute it, it will show something like this, right? This is not interesting. Let's change and let's see my API response, something like that. And let me remove this. Let's see whether, yeah, you see? Okay, now let's create a table tag, and let's have heading tag, and in this we can see this response has ID, title, and completed. So we'll change that a bit. We'll say task ID. Basically, that is a to-do app. So we are just mimicking that, right? So let's do that. Let's have two more columns. This is task name, blah blah, and task completed. Uh, True, false. Okay, we can add logic also. We can do that in future video. For now, let's keep it simple. I forget to put this and tr, right? So let me copy that, put it here. Okay, let's execute. We should have table kind of thing. Okay, now we have to do the td for our data, right? So we have the data that will be captured in the previous thing. So you can see there is a input, right? This is the output from previous action, HTTP request. How to access that? So if you have used Jinja, so to in Jinja we use this double curly bracket, right, to access variables, right? So it is much like that. So if you have used YAML, right? In YAML, we used to do this. So it is quite similar. And this ID also allows the ID that they are providing also do the code completion if you want. So okay, so to enter the variables and expression, you have to use double curly braces, right? Double curly braces, and then dollar. Okay, so this will give you suggestion what are the actions available, and previous action variable also. So you can see earlier nodes, right? So this is what I am interested, HTTP request. So this is the output from the previous node. Okay, so I have that. So we have three fields, right? ID, name, and completed. That is what this response shows. So we'll map to that, right? How to do that? So simply if you put the dot, it is suggesting that there is a item, and it is saying that it is the JSON item, and we know this JSON item has these many fields, right? These many properties. So this object has these many properties. So let's use those. So we'll use ID, title, and completed thing, right? So let me just copy paste because I want to do faster. Okay. Then we know the second field is task name. Obvious, in production we have to do additional logic to make sure we are taking care of the null values, right? So otherwise it might break. So we'll do that in the future videos, right? Okay, so what was the third thing? Third thing was completed, I believe. Yeah, completed. So this is done. Our basic workflow is done. Let's go to back, and why it is okay. Let's run this workflow. Okay, our workflow did run. Again, let's see the output. Okay, we have only one output. Did I made any error? Yes, I did. Okay, there is too many TR tags. This was not required. Okay, we should have only TD inside TR because we have three columns in a row. Okay, those PR are not required, so that is done. Let's go to back and execute workflow. Let's see. Okay, see, the output has come. So we have successfully hit this endpoint through our HTTP request node, and through this generate HTML template, we have read the output and formatted that in a nice HTML table. So that's it, folks, for the first video, right? And I will bring more videos related to N8N automation, and I will try to add AI to this, and probably will make an agentic AI, and let's see what it can do. Okay. So thanks for watching, and please share your feedback through comments, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, friends.